Hi, I'm Brian West, and I welcome you to Virtual Frazier. Today, I'm inside my car at the parking lot of the Newburg Community Center. It was a structure which was built by Charles Unseld back in the 1960s. Unseld built it for families and at-risk youth. I learned more about Charles Unseld through research for a video I've done recently for Virtual Frazier. And so, digging a little deeper into his story, I came upon an article that I found online via the Louisville Free Public Library. The library offers a number of resources in which you can do research through old periodicals, such as the Courier-Journal. The source for this article I'm about to read to you. It's titled, Jingling Pockets, Hard Day's Work, Cool Newburg Teens. And this was written by Bill Peterson, a staff writer for the Courier-Journal in 1968. The date is Saturday, July 27th, 1968. Big Charles Unseld, his stomach sagging beneath his white t-shirt, pushed back his golf cap and directed his words toward a teenager in the front row of the crowded room. I don't ever recall in all my days a man bringing a radio to work with him, Unseld said. Now, how do you intend to do a day's work with that thing in one hand? The teenager blushed, then stammered, and finally he left the crowded recreation room at the Newburg Community Center. He returned a few minutes later without the radio. The teenager, in the words of Unseld, was being oriented in the things kids have got to know about the workaday life. The session was one of two that Unseld holds daily with 64 teenagers he supervises in a work program in the Newburg community southeast of Louisville, an area designated as a poverty target area. The program doesn't have a name or fancy hierarchy. It developed out of a conversation Unseld had with Jefferson County Judge Marlowe W. Cook. He asked if there was anything the county could do to help out the area, Unseld said. I told him we sure could use some jobs for teenagers. Most Louisvillians know Charles D. Unseld best as the patriarch of a well-known clan of athletes. His son, Wesley, is the just-graduated University of Louisville All-America basketball player. Another son, George, is head basketball coach at Seneca High School. Still another, the baby of the family, Isaac, is a promising basketball and football star at Thomas Jefferson High School. What most don't realize is the Unseld family's deep involvement in Newburg affairs. The senior Unseld, an area recreation program volunteer for years, planned and built during his spare hours the cement block community center that adjoins Newburg Playground. His wife is a longtime dietitian at Newburg Elementary School. Son George teaches in the summer at the same school and also supervises boys' club activities nearby at night. The work program, which is financed solely by county funds, in some respects represents an extension of the family's involvement. I think I can help the kids, the elder Unseld said this week, to try to give them a different approach, to give them something to shoot at. He is aware that Newburg, a pocket of middle and low-income Negroes, surrounded by more prosperous whites, has thrice been troubled with minor outbreaks of violence in recent months. In one incident, county police used tear gas to disperse a crowd of about 200 persons. The incidents, he said, were caused by a bunch of kids. He said he hopes the work program will help avoid further outbreaks, explaining, you put a kid to work and he's too tired at night to throw rocks. His philosophy is to acquaint the teenagers in the program with plumbing, welding, electrical and yard work, and to put money in their pockets to make them realize the value of work. So far, the teenagers have cleared brush from vacant lots, constructed dugouts at the neighborhood ball field, repaired the homes of several elderly persons, added electrical and plumbing equipment to the community center, and generally beautified the area. Each morning, before the group starts work, Unseld, who at 6'2", towers over most of the teenagers, meets with the group to discuss the work of the day and any problems that have come up. He spices the conversation with tidbits of advice on the value of looking toward the future and planning a vocation. His words are tough and to the point. "He doesn't mess around. He gets right at 'em," commented Ernest Mugger, a director of the Newburg Area Council, who assists Unseld, the paid head of the work effort. Their program is for youths aged 14 to 18. The older ones work 40-hour weeks, and the younger ones work 20 hours. They are paid $1.40 an hour. One of about a half a dozen programs in the Newburg area that provide jobs for over 160 teenagers in all, it differs from others in that it includes high school dropouts and 14-year-olds. Still, other younger children are involved in federally funded summer school and daycare programs. The programs, the elder Unseld said, have really changed the attitudes in the area. Quote unquote, "You put money in these kids' pockets and they don't hang around the corner all day shooting craps." The end. That was an article from the Courier-Journal dated July 27th, 1968. And if you would like to read more articles like this, please visit the Louisville Free Public Library's website at louisvillefreepubliclibrary.org. There you'll find plenty of resources to find articles such as this one. If you like what you watched here, please visit our website, our virtual Frazier website at www.fraziermuseum.org/virtualmuseum. Oh, and speaking of summer programs, if you have little ones and would like to enroll them in a summer program virtually, please visit our website also for upcoming camps, virtual camps. You can visit the museum's website at www.fraziermuseum.org/camps. All right. Well, I think that about does it. On behalf of the staff and crew of Virtual Frazier, I want to thank you all for listening to me reading this article about Charles Unseld, a very important historical figure of this community of Newburg. And until I see you guys face to face, I hope to see all of you again for another installment of Virtual Frazier. Bye-bye.